Don't be divided. We don't need two wars. We have one against the virus. I think it's an image thing, and I think part of it, people still think, oh, you know, it's a bit of a retreat, or I want to express my freedoms or my independence, and I think they're just looking at it the wrong way. It should be a badge of honor right now about us uniting. Everyone do it. I'm protecting you. You protect me. If we protect ourselves, we protect each other the best way possible while we let science catch up. The mask is about letting science catch up. You know, it's been about help protect the people on the front line. Don't let happen what happened in New York, where there's 2 patients for every bed. We've got to buy time. A mask is a very good tool for that. And I have not heard any science that says it's not. So I don't even understand how there's a real argument right now about the wearing of a mask or not, especially when you can spread asymptomatic symptoms and not even know it. You know, let's all of us together. We were united in the purpose. We are still united in the purpose to beat this virus. You felt it. We all felt it, especially in the last month. This little divide started to happen. And all of a sudden, the narrative became, well, if you want to go to work, you must be on the far right. If you want to stay at home, you must be on the far left. That created a false divide. That is not true. So that created 2 wars for us to be in. We have one against the virus, which is the one we're supposed to be in. The virus who doesn't give a damn who you voted for or who you're going to vote for. And it created the other war between us. And right now, we're not gonna beat this thing. We're not gonna let science catch up. We're not gonna beat this virus the way that we can if we're fighting each other. We don't have room for 2 wars right now. And I know it's an election year, but both parties, both sides could be more responsible with how they've used this virus for their own partisan political advantage.
Bounty hunter Bobby Bandito, but you can call me Bobby B. I say it's high time we catch this killer, because we got more living to do. Here's how. So you lay down your favorite bandana, unfold it like so. Get your trusty coffee filter that you had on the go. Get your 2 rubber bands. Roll one down one end like this. Roll the other one down this end like that. Fold them over like so. Grab a hold, and you're good to go. Now remember, stay at home. But if you gotta go, strap it on like so.
And right now, we're not gonna beat this thing. We're not gonna let science catch up. We're not gonna beat this virus the way that we can if we're fighting each other. We don't have room for 2 wars right now. And I know it's an election year, but both parties, both sides could be more responsible with how they've used this virus for their own partisan political advantage.
This mask says, I respect the nurses and the doctors who killed themselves through this virus to save other people. People send me masks now, and some really beautiful masks. Some are personalized. This one says Governor Cuomo, it was made for me. Some say New York Tough, beautiful colors. I have masks sent to me from sports teams. I have Buffalo Bills mask. I have a Giants, Jets, Mets, Yankees mask. This one sent to me says E pluribus unum, which I love, out of many one. But any mask, even if it says nothing, it does say something. It doesn't have words on it, but it makes a statement. When you wear a mask, you say, I respect you. That's what the mask says to everyone you walk past. I respect you. I respect you. I respect your health. I respect your privacy. I respect your space. I respect you. I can do anything I want with myself. This is America. But I respect you. And out of respect for you, I wear this mask. This mask says, I respect the nurses and the doctors who killed themselves through this virus to save other people. And I respect the nurses and the doctors, so I'm not going to infect anyone or allow anyone else to be infected unnecessarily so I don't cause more stress on the nurses and the doctors. This mask says, I respect the essential workers who get up every day and drive the bus or drive the train or deliver the food or keep the lights on so that I can stay home and I can stay safe. It says, I respect others and I respect you. And that is a statement that we should all be willing to make any day, but especially in the middle of this. Yes, I want individuals to be informed so they make the right decision, but it's about us at the end of the day, right? It's a mindset that says it's not about me, it's about we. And we have reciprocal responsibilities and a collective and a mutuality that says, I'm going to respect you and help you, and you're going to help me and respect me. That's how you battle community spread, with community unity. That's what the mask says.
Response to this global crisis has been so anemic and spotty, and it would have been bad even with the best of governments. It has been an absolute chaotic disaster when that mindset of what's in it for me and to heck with everybody else, when that mindset is operationalized in our government.
One of the things that was identified as an early priority was testing. PPE availability, personal protective equipment, was another priority focus within that document because we knew that was an area of potential weakness. And so that would have to be an early focus if we saw a novel virus overseas. And it was very explicit in the document that something like COVID should set off alarm bells. The document specifically talked about a novel virus, meaning a virus we hadn't seen before, for which we had no medical countermeasures, and which was showing the ability to efficiently spread from human to human.
What authority do you have to reopen right now? The same way that it's up to the states to shut it down, it's up to them to reopen.
I have great authority if I want to use it.
Dr. Fauci said earlier this week that the lag in testing was, in fact, a failing. Do you take responsibility for that?
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
What we're going to be battling is not just a particular individual or a political party, but what we're fighting against is these long-term trends in which being selfish, being tribal, being divided, and seeing others as an enemy, that has become a stronger impulse in American life.
Joe helped me manage H1N1 and prevent the Ebola epidemic from becoming the type of pandemic we're seeing now. He helped me restore America's standing and leadership in the world on the other threats of our time, like nuclear proliferation and climate change. Joe has the character and the experience to guide us through one of our darkest times and heal us through a long recovery.
All right, I figured it out. I got my hat on backwards. I'm shirtless, like I'm on some episode of Cops. I'm running with the TV. Someone's gonna stop me now for sure. Because if not, what was the problem with Ahmaud? All right, I figured it out. I got my hat on backwards. I'm shirtless, like I'm on some episode of Cops. I'm running with the TV. Someone's gonna stop me now for sure. Because if not, what was the problem with Ahmaud? All right, I figured it out. I got my hat on backwards. I'm shirtless, like I'm on some episode of Cops. I'm running with the TV. Someone's gonna stop me now for sure. Because if not, what was the problem with Ahmaud?
Early January, Donald Trump is first warned of the virus. He ignores it.
We have it totally under control. It's going to be just fine.
Defends the Chinese government instead. January 30th, Trump's own cabinet secretary warns of a pandemic, raising concerns that the Chinese government isn't being transparent. Trump calls him an alarmist.
We think we have it very well under control. We're working very closely with China and other countries, and we think it's going to have a very good ending for us.
The next day, the Dow plummets 600 points. Desperate to protect the stock market from sliding further, Trump continues to deny the threat and praise the Chinese government.
We're doing great in our country. China, I spoke with President Xi, and they're working very, very hard, and I think it's going to all work out fine. Looks like by April, you know, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away.
But global cases more than double, spreading to over 24 countries. February 25th, one of the CDC's top experts, Nancy Messonnier, speaks out, warning it could soon become a full-scale pandemic.
Disruption to everyday life may be severe, and I told my children that while I didn't think that they were at risk right now, we as a family need to be preparing for significant disruption of our lives.
Mr. Trump was, quote, furious as he watched the stock market crash after her comments. Trump didn't want to upset the markets. So for the last 5 days of February, the Trump administration took to the airwaves to deny the truth.
We have contained this, I won't say airtight, but pretty close to airtight.
Thanks to the president and this team's aggressive containment efforts, this disease, as Dr. Shukit said, is contained.
February 27th, the market sees through the denials. The Dow continues to plunge, but Trump keeps up the false message.
It will go away. Just stay calm. It will go away.
I think we're going to get through it very well.
April turns into May. The virus doesn't disappear. There is no miracle. The cases mount. The death toll grows. More than 33 million Americans lose their jobs to the pandemic. Unemployment reaches Great Depression-era levels. Donald Trump doesn't understand. We have an economic crisis because we have a public health crisis. And we have a public health crisis because he refused to act. Donald Trump didn't build a great economy. His failure to lead destroyed one.
Why don't you act in a little more positive? Don't be threatening. Be nice. I'm the president and you're fake news. They're not able to fill the beds. They needed 2 hospitals. We built one. It was perfect. I said that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I said. I'd rate it at 10. I think we've done a great job. I've heard that they are loaded up with gowns now. You know, we're not a shipping clerk. You know, it's a two-way street. They have to treat us well also.
How are you doing? For real?
I'm tired. I'm scared every day. My job is to go to work and help people who are sick.
You go in and risk your life every day. God love you. If there are any angels in heaven, we're all ICU